Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Summit to Europe by G2A.com. We've only got 2 more matches. This best of 3, Cloud9 versus VPpolar, and then the grand finals tomorrow, where Secret are waiting. They'll be waiting for a full best of 5, the winner. They come to the Summit 2 here, Ben. We have to put up with them in our house, so.
Finally, this match is happening!
After like 10 reschedules. Yeah, sorry about the delays getting the match played, guys. We had some server issues with Europe West. We tried to work it out with Valve, but you know, when you do server maintenance, in fairness to them, you never really know how long it's going to take. So, good news is everything seems relatively stable. Knock on wood, please God, have mercy on our souls, and we'll get underway with the draft here. So, Cloud9, they got choice for the coin toss. They failed. They did not guess correctly. So, VPpolar won the toss. They elected to have Radiant. Cloud9 wanted that first pick. And the draft begins now. So, it's a... Let's look at our draft here, Ben. We've got a Venge ban in the first phase. We saw this once in the VPpolar series a couple of days ago. FNG does play a hell of a Venge, and they just like it for everything it brings to the table. The early roaming, the Roche potential, the late game swaps. The hero does a lot of work, but won't be there for FNG this time.
As we saw for Secret, though, it can be feedy sometimes. Taking Radiant over first pick is a little strange, especially when Cloud9... especially when you're playing Cloud9, because Cloud9 love Dire, and they love the Roshan.
Look at this.
We're a little surprised about that.
Sundare's been taken away.
Well, I'm actually a little surprised Cloud9 didn't take it in the first phase, too.
It's been working for them for the most part. I mean,
it has been.
Even with the... They had a period where they lost 3 out of 4 games, but overall their win rate is still... It's like 75-80% on that hero. Something like that.
Yeah. Pretty good. Works out well for them.
I guess if anyone knows how to deal with the Terrorblade, it should be Cloud9. You assume if you played enough that you know the hero's weaknesses. So
you would think so. I remember watching Cloud9 vs Secret, and Cloud9 just got rolled by Kuroki's Terrorblade, like really, really badly. So I don't know. I'm not sure if they know how to cope with it.
We'll find out. It's gonna be tough to go on this Terrorblade. Backing him up will be that big bad Tidehunter. Now a Dazzle as well. It doesn't look like we're going to see that axe pick to counter the Dazzle. As the Legion Commander's already been picked up.
Illidan Terrorblade.
That's true. You never know what's going to happen with good old Illidan. We're going to see that Mask of Madness rush.
They've been doing pretty well lately, though.
As a team, they've been... DK Phobos has just been a beast. I mean, he's really the story of VPpolar so far.
Who was a silly goose that picked him up in the reverse fantasy
That
draft?
was the funny thing. Someone picked DK Phobos up the same day that he like destroyed on Pug, destroyed on Timbersaw. I forget what the other hero was, but he did well in that too. And before that, he's been solid on his Void and his Mag, or his not his Mag. I meant to say Centaur, but I'm so used to seeing Mag play Centaur that I said his Mag. Yeah, Centaur too. He was not a good choice for the reverse value fantasy draft, that's for sure. Well, I say that now. Maybe I've jinxed them. Maybe he'll have a terrible game.
So what is Cloud9 going to do now? Their team fight is mediocre. Their late game potential is mediocre. Their gank is decent. Do they want to take the fight early versus VP, though? Atypical Cloud9 style, but sometimes they do it well.
Alright, they are going to go for Heavy Magic Burst. This is one school of thought on how to deal with Terrorblade. Just nuke him down before he gets...
Wait, so who's playing Zeus?
I guess Fada Zeus.
Who's playing Puck?
Bone 7, probably a Eternal Envy Legion.
Ew. That is not...
Alternatively, they could run the Eternal Envy Zeus, which I've never seen.
This seems a little more likely.
One team that's run a one-position Terrorblade is First Departure for Miracle. He had a really beastly game the other day against, I think it was against Team Malaysia, where they took them down 2-0. Then he ran it again today, and it got crushed. But he was up against a Razor and a Death Prophet. Not the easiest heroes to duel.
Wait, he was one positioning who? Terrorblade?
No, Legion Commander.
Oh, okay, you said Terrorblade. I didn't know.
I meant Legion
Okay,
Commander.
one position LC. Yeah, one position LC is not that bad. I'm on board with it.
Does it suit Eternal Envy, though? Well, do any of these heroes suit him? I guess we're going to find out. He's played a pretty good Slardar. I will say that's the one like non-mega carry that I've seen him play on recently, where I felt like he lived up to his potential compared to what he normally
He
delivers
played a
elsewhere.
CK in the CK Wisp game too.
But that was basically a mega carry. He just got so fed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still,
Yeah.
it's like difficult transition from 15 minutes free farm to straight easy victory.
Yeah,
Easy victory.
that was that was a very easy victory for them. VPpolar actually banned out the Slark with this last ban, so maybe they're expecting that support Zeus. That's the other main option here, is if they want to run the support Zeus.
That sounds terrible. I've seen it before. I've seen it tried a lot of times.
Navi US tried it, complete train wreck. Twice
Yeah.
they tried it. It failed horribly
Well-
both times. It was against the Lifestealer both times, to be fair. I think Dignitas tried it as well. Failed horribly.
He's really level dependent.
Worked really well for Vici Gaming, though. So, can go either way.
I would like a Sand King for Cloud9. I don't know if they're gonna run support Zeus or not though. I would say no, but who knows? Who knows with this draft?
We'll find out soon enough. VPpolar, final pick coming off the board. As for them, they've got Illidan's Terrorblade, the Tidehunter, which either Mag or DK Phobos can play, and they'll need their solo mid here most likely. So, what are you thinking for them, Ben?
A pipe carrier.
Yeah, that's a lot of magic damage.
I think Centaur would actually be okay for them. If they wanna go that route. Who else would be pretty good?
Yeah, Centaur would be good. They've got the Skywrath to combo with Stampede to help keep the Terrorblade alive.
Yeah, they don't really
Pipe
need.
Builder, or just a tank.
Yeah, tank in front is nice. Although Zeus kind of does work pretty well versus Centaur, but the times I've seen Zeus work well is with Vichy when they run Sand King as a support for incredible burst and good protection for Zeus, or with an Elder Titan. And I don't think Cloud9 will get either of them.
Alright, Bat Rider's kind of along the lines of the Centaur. Good initiator,
Bat
good
Rider's
Blink Dagger
good too.
carrier, but a little bit squishier. Has to be a bit more precise. So it can somewhat fill
I
some
mean,
issues.
Legion Commander's decent versus Bat, so is Puck even. Like, both of them are decent.
And there's not that many squishy. Like, Puck is squishy but elusive, and I mean, Zeus is your ideal lasso target here. Ogre, you don't want to lasso. Legion can purge it off, as you mentioned, so. We'll see. Cloud9, time to lay your cards on the table. We're going to see that support Zeus. We're going to see him in a core role for EE Sama. What's it going to be here? I mean, or is it even just a Fada Zeus and an Eternal Envy Legion commander?
Any
Who
of the
knows?
above.
Who knows? Riki.
Cool.
I think I saw Zai play support Riki in the Captain's Draft tournament. I don't think it was very effective. I only got to watch a little bit of the game, but it'll be Eternal Envy Riki, so it is support Zeus here. AUI 2000, known for getting his farm on his support heroes, but Zeus?
It's tough.
So you don't like support Zeus, you said. Why don't you like support
I think it
Zeus?
can be decent. Well, I think it's really level dependent. If you can get levels, then I think he can work. And if there's one support that knows how to get levels, I'd say it is Aoi. So I have higher hopes.
Riki is really good for just setting up ganks for this lineup. They have a Puck, Legion, and Zeus heroes that can pretty much gank anywhere. Riki will be good for getting that intel out. So it's cute in that sense, but now we look at a lineup that has three fairly squishy heroes, unless they get a lot of farm, that are vulnerable to just being bursted by the Tidehunter AoE plus anything. If Cloud9 don't snowball this, hard to see how they'll take it late.
Smoke Cloud is pretty good though. It's good versus Tide, and it's also pretty good versus Terrorblade and Dazzle even. So
Yeah, the only real counter is to get 4 stabs or BKB.
yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna what skill build Riki's gonna go for. I've seen Eternal Envy go max backstab back with the old Riki. Might need max Smoke Cloud, and I think with the new change you need max permanent or at least level 3.
Dota has decided that I is not a letter today. The letter I does not exist.
You know that happens to me.
How do you fix that?
I think you just restart Dota.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
What's wrong with I, dude?
I have no idea. Stop being so selfish.
Me?
Stop typing I.
Oh. You're a clever guy. Yeah, maybe I'm just too self-centered. Dota's trying to send me a message
I
here.
know.
You know? Think about others for once. Do something for charity. So, this is a best of 3 for anyone who's joining us, so Each team will have at least one more shot, no matter how this game turns out. But the loser is eliminated. And I think it's a good time to mention that our redemption vote has opened up. Well, maybe we'll even show it here on stream, since we've got a bit of a breather. So for those who own the compendium, you go to tournaments, premium. We'll probably be near the top if we're having a game going. If not, you might have to scroll to the second page. But you just open your compendium and you can go and vote for the redemption team. So the way it works is that you rank your top 5 teams, as Ben's currently looking at our treasure, from top to bottom. So if a team already qualifies, that vote will not count. This vote will close after the America playoffs, which are the final playoffs. So you guys will all have a chance to change your votes once the playoffs end. And we highly suggest you do, since if like you vote for Secret as first or something and they end up qualifying, or say you vote for Malaysia and they qualify, that vote just gets ignored because obviously they're already coming to the event. So, but the good news is, even if you don't have a chance to change them, we'll still count your other votes. So that's basically how the vote works. See the little fourth choice there. Very cute by Cyborg Matt. And with that said, we are underway, so good timing there. I'm not really hearing game sound for some reason. Very quiet. What do they do up here?
Do I have a compendium?
I don't know. Do you have the ticket?
I have the ticket.
I think you do. If you got to go to the live tab. Watch.
Yeah.
Sorry, not watch. Watch and then...
I saw it earlier.
But you're clicking on Dota Cinema.
I mean, I had it and then there was supposed to be... Where's my Dusky the Husky?
No, that's you don't get the items, dude.
Oh, I don't
You
get
gotta pay
Dusky.
for that shit.
Oh.
I mean, if you want one, I'll give you one, but...
Oh, I want a Dusky the Husky. The
Okay.
loading screen is cute.
Okay, if you want some items, Ben, I'll hook you up.
He's cutie. I didn't know there was a loading screen. I thought it was just the courier. I was like, dang, I never buy chicken. I'm never going to see it. Then I was like, oh.
Well, no, but you have the morph thing. The courier morph.
Yeah, that's true.
But most people are assholes and just lock it anyway. Especially if they bought some nice courier.
Yeah.
Sure that gets some airtime. Alright, well, let's introduce our teams here as the game is underway. VPpolar on the Radiant side. Cloud9 the Dire. We've got your Terrorblade handled by Illidan. That'll put Abrain or FNG. Not sure what that name is all about. We'll be playing your Dazzle Lil, the Scarith Mage. Going mid for VPpolar will be Mag standing in as the Bat Rider, and that leaves Mr. DK Phobos, Beast House on your offlane Tidehunter. As for Cloud9, we've got Eternal Envy on a very different hero, the Riki. Pylai Dai, your Ogre Magi, AUI 2000 playing that support Zeus. Fada, the Puck, and that leaves a Boner 7 as your offlane Legion Commander.
I wonder how Zeus's zoning capabilities are. He has... His arc lightning is like similar to Arcane Bolt, but he doesn't have that 600 range. But I guess Pylai will be on those duties, and Aoi will just be on stacking, pooling.
Man, having a lane against an Ogre sucks.
It really does.
He's a friggin' Tidehunter against the melee support, and he's still getting equally harassed. That's insane. Good news is that he's got 7 tangos. So he should get Sunday. And it's not going much better for Moan 7 in his offlane. He is not having a good time.
What? That's only because of Metamorphosis.
Yeah. Oh, also the Skyra. Good nuke harassment coming out from him. Poor Boner. So our mid lane, we've got the Bat Rider versus Puck. Generally, we've seen Puck come out on top in this matchup in the laning stage. Unless there's some rotation from supports. It's just hard to get the edge with that really low base damage. But good news is Bat can still go to the jungle, get his Blink Dagger, and potentially have that bigger impact later on. So nothing too exciting here mid. Both off lanes look like they'll just be farm trades, and I guess the big question is going to be, will anyone go for some rotations? Something that we've seen VPpolar have a lot of success with. One of the most active laning stage teams in the Summit to Europe, but not really the best heroes for it. Skyrath good, Dazzle not so much.
And DK was getting like no XP. Aoi pulled the Centaur out of range too, so he won't even get XP from that. So looking at a level 2.5 Zeus and a level 1 Tidehunter with 31 experience.
That's at least one creep, dude.
Cloud9's doing really well and shutting out DK Phobos.
Yeah, Bone 7 got more, and now he's just going to go jungle. So overall, he's been off to a faster start. Now, the good news is your Tide can catch up on stacks, although none yet, but we may see him just go start stacking his own woods or something like that fairly soon. They do have 2 supports. With nobody bottom, they don't really both need to be here.
Haste rune on Mag, though. It's pretty scary. If your Puck also did not opt for the early magic stick build.
Yeah, found it. Taking a bit of harassment here, Mag. Just zoning him back. He gets up to 3 sticky napalms. He's close to going in. Not quite yet, though. Bat does only have 2 base armor, so it's a hero that needs to be careful.
4 stacks.
Yeah, but TP is up on Ogre already, as well. Oh, just Ogre, but that's all you need.
They have some kill potential on Bone 7 too. Lil is level 2. We see level 3 on Illidan, and he did opt for 1 point in reflection. So
Yeah, different build already from Eternal Envy, who just never skills that spell.
yeah, he used to. And then they got nerfed to like screw this and farming.
Hashtag efficiency. I mean, it's also they play the hero a bit differently. Like, they'll give the lane to the supports really early, and I'm actually curious to see if VPpolar do the same, or if they just leave Illidan here and let their supports continue pulling. Because it seems like sometimes when Cloud9 do that, it works out exceptionally well, and other times it just gets punished, because the support just gets ganked and killed right away. Depends on the timing of these initiators.
Also depends on how much they want to pull. Like right now, Skywrath can't really occupy the jungle since he's just zoning out Bone 7 all day, every day, whereas Dazzle's just doing the tri-pulls.
See a rotation towards mid. 4-minute rune going to spawn. This rotation is spotted out. And at the same time, a little skirmish at the bottom side of the map. Bone 7, he gets a bounty rune. Now overwhelming odds of running into the pit. Uh-oh. Teleport scroll at the ready, but the hasted mag is here. Will he get the Roche deny? Pray to your gods. The gods say no. First blood to Lil. Going to the Scarith Mage, not mag, but nonetheless, not the best start here for Cloud9. Free farm on the Terrorblade, first blood going against them. That Tidehunter is behind a bit, but at the same time, your Legion Commander rubber banding a bit of that experience back the other way.
Yeah, they need some more stacks though, both for Bat and for Tidehunter. So that would be nice if VPpolar got some stacks rolling now. LC relegated to the jungle, nowhere else to go.
I'm a little
Pilot Ice
surprised.
smoked up.
Like, they're running a tri-lane bottom with nobody there. You'd think that they would just send one to do a bit of stacking.
Yeah, or
But they've been doing, like, the
Or-
tri-pull.
put a ward there so that they know when and where Bone 7 leaves the lane.
Yeah. Speaking of Bone 7, he is off in his woods. He's stacked up the big camp here. He's farming the medium. Using that choke point jungling to great effect. Although, now he's getting hit by all the creeps, but it doesn't work so well when some of them are ranged. And Cloud9 did spot out these stacks. This is probably the first time it's...
Phobos.
Could get caught out. Riki, level 5, he's gone for the 3 early points of backstab. He doesn't have Blink Strike yet, unfortunately. Doesn't have the burst out to get that kill. In the meantime, mid lane, the real jump in comes. They kill off the Mag Bat Rider. Nice rotation there from Pylai Die. And yeah, Riki just, without his ultimate, doesn't have that kill potential. Still forces him back, though.
They already have an Observer Ward on the Ancient Spawn too to block potential comeback from DK Phobos.
Yeah, they're one of the first teams to do this early. Like, most teams just don't even bother trying to ward the Ancients, it seems, lately.
Well, a lot of times it's like a support that just sticks around mid and does in the first like 5 or 6 minutes. So it really is timing sensitive.
It's good timing, though, as DK
Yes.
Phobos is not getting much out of the offlane, and he's going to need these stacks. In good news, though, they have started to stack up their big camp here, and now they've got a triple for Mag. So his Blink Dagger should still be fairly quick. Maybe they give that mid lane to the Tidehunter, and looks like that's what they'll do. They'll leave the Terrorblade alone bottom lane. Their supports haven't been spotted, but Cloud9 may look to make their way bottom. And with that, let's take a look at how Cloud9 supports are doing. AI 2000 already level 4 at 6 minutes, so pretty good for him. And at the same time, Ogre, finally died getting experience of the offlane, level 3. So early on, we see the Cloud9 supports sticking even, but they want that Zeus ult as quickly as possible so they can start going for some pickoffs.
Yep, wonder what build E is gonna go after his standard PMS orb and power treads. Fought doing pretty well. No super fast blink.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of options with Riki. You can go for that early Sanjit and Yasha. Sometimes we see, like, if you're really snowballing, normally in a pub, the Mask of Madness build, very risky against nukes, like which VPpolar are plenty of. There's just your Manta or Diffusal build, sometimes Drums or Aquila, if you want some early stats. It's one of the more flexible heroes, I would say, in terms of how you itemize.
Yeah, Yasha, BKB maybe might be a good choice. I feel like he really needs BKB versus Sky and Tide.
That's true. Unfortunately, it really limits the Riki's damage output.
Yep.
Maybe get some Wraith Bands along the way.
Mask of Madness, mom. Or Mask of Madness BKB. Oh, they're going for
I like
Pilot Eye.
Mask of Madness on Riki, but it's not so good when the other team's coordinated. It's fun in pubs, though. Very hit or miss.
FNG trying to stack. Let's see if he figures out that there's a ward here.
This could be a good timing for Cloud9. Fada at the bottom rune. He'll be joined here by Eternal Envy, who's now on the move in Viz. He's just got the treads. He's got 1,200 gold banked, but he's not going to spend it. And they're going to paint him out, as they do have a Sentry Ward in lane. Unfortunate for Eternal Envy, but very good play from VPpolar to be ready for this. Doesn't matter, though. Illidan's going to get caught out here in the woods. He'll summon an illusion. Now the orb comes through, and he tries to metamorph, but that's not going to do a thing. He'll end up going down, and that's now a 2+ minute cooldown on his metamorphosis. One good thing about the Cloud Ben is it does prevent you from getting off the Sunder. Perhaps that's the thinking here for Cloud9.
Yeah, terribly didn't even skill him. It's pretty nice with the Dream Coil, though. Especially if you get that Axe, I suppose. Axe plus Smoke Cloud. Easy.
It does feel like a game where Terrorblade may have to go for a fairly early BKB. Like, you don't want to do it as your first item or two, but depending how much pressure Cloud9 keep up, he may not have a choice. And that will really slow down his farm.
Yeah, well, they just need the blinkers to start doing work. Mag has his blink dagger already. 9 minutes in. Tidehunter nowhere close to his, but eventually he'll get his. Mag, they might even just opt for early gem.
He's roaming around. He's going to spot out this courier mid. He goes in for the blink strike, and there's your courier takedown. Easy pickings for Eternal Envy. It's only got the level 2 permanent invisibility, so it takes a while to fade. But
you can blink strike on chickens? That's cool.
Yeah, legit.
It's OP.
I mean, it's not like the range is that long.
OP, man.
Well, let's see Riki played more than like once in a blue moon first. That's what we'll find Fada. Trapping him out, but who's really caught here? He's going to have Coil. He doesn't have Orb for a little bit longer. At the same time, Illidan moves in, gets aggressive with Lil by his side. They silence Fada. Gotta burst him down, though. They need one more Arcane Bolt. Nope, maybe two. They'll silence, and then they turn with the AUI 2000 Bolt. Now everybody forced out at the same time. They're committing for this tower dive, but it's just to kill off an Ogre. And that Ogre's taking ages to bring down. Now coming back in is Lil, right into Eternal Envy's waiting arms. He'll fall. Illidan trapped out too. He does have Sunder this time. If they don't cloud and control him, he may end up turning this fight, but he's Grave, so he doesn't care. He should be able to get the Sunder off right as the cloud ends. It's got to be quick, Illidan. It's got to be quick. No, not quick enough. He got fogged, I think. Couldn't do it. And they're all just crumbling here. Finally, they drop their Ravage. It feels awful late into this fight. Flame Break not available. AUI going to TP out. It's a Ravage down. They still lose their Terrorblade. The Zeus ult might get your Bat Rider killed as Mag heads to the north. What an absolute travesty of a team fight. Yeah, they get the Riki, but when they blow Ravage for all that and lose the Terrorblade, not worth.
It was okay for them. It was aight. I was surprised he didn't sunder the Dazzle that was standing right next to him.
That's, yeah.
I think he would have done that.
He really wanted to tease it offensively.
Yeah.
But he got fogged.
Okay, they have the gem. They're tired of this. Dazzle already has one.
Shenanigans over.
It's
very risky to put on Dazzle, though.
Yeah, they should give it to Bat, probably.
Well, the other issue for Illidan is he's not farming the way that Eternal Envy does on his Terrorblade. That early death in the jungle hurt him a bit. 71 CS, still your leader. And it's not like he's up against insane late game on the enemy team, but he's definitely not at like the 3-digit
smoked
CS.
up. Oh man, they want to get another go. Wait, who has a gem now? Is it still AB Rain? Oh, Bone 7.
Good lane. Gonna catch up Bone 7. He's silenced. Can they bring him down in time? They can with the Gush. Does Cloud9 still look for this backstab Bone 7? If he wanted to buy back, he does have it. There is no Ravage right now, though. That's maybe where Cloud9 looked to take this fight. Sunder wasn't used, so it is still up. They're going to take the safer rotation into the lane. Illidan about to get caught out here. Chain Lightning coming through. Nope. He'll safely trot towards top, where Pylai Dai is getting his farm. Man, these supports of Cloud9 really exploded after that fight. Level 8 Ogre Magi, level 7 Zeus. That's insane for 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And getting levels on your supports is, I think it's very important in this game. Because magic damage is how you tackle this Illidan Terrorblade, and they're getting a lot of it.
But Riki's not getting any farm. He's just spending a lot of time running around trying to look for kill opportunities, and VP's grouped up with the gem now, so time for him to start farming up again.
It's Mobile Ward Riki, dude. You're not a believer in that?
Yeah, not position 1. And not when Bone 7 has nothing.
He did get free farm.
Bone 7 died in neutrals? Oh.
Yeah, he just keeps on spamming the overwhelming odds on cooldown and works towards his Blink Dagger, albeit rather slowly. In good news for C9, they're getting a little more off the map right now. Farming the enemy jungle, they're farming their own woods, they were farming their top lane. VPpolar are kind of clumping together in the mid, afraid of getting picked off by this Riki Zeus combo. And so it's the map control that Cloud9 are counting on now. Even if they're not finding kills, they may just pull ahead in economy because of that.
Yeah, they just need a smoke. They'll be good.
I think they want their Tide mech or Blink. He's got 1,400 gold. That may
Puck
be
has
what they're
Blink
waiting
now
for.
too, and he's really, I think, their biggest team fight hero. So if they last with the Puck, I think the fight should be won. They're out of Ravage after with Metamorphosis beating on them. Sounds pretty good.
They're gonna smoke right now. VPpolar up from their high ground, and they just truck towards the northern side of the map. Want to back up Illidan here on his.
It's really obvious because no one's defending
Terrorblade.
T1.
Yeah, fortunately for them, that tier 1 is healthy though, so they'll get in position. I'm not sure if Cloud9 will be able to split push this in time. There's still a glyph ready for the Radiant. There's none for the Dire, and that's an easy tower for Illidan. Now they could rotate bottom if they want to defend as well. VPpolar. Not often you see Cloud9 just get completely out-traded, but, well, Cloud9 just don't push that fast, and they were not ready for that. Hard tower to defend.
Pylite Eye.
Ogre will be fine, man. Come on now, it's Ogre.
I don't know about that.
If he dies, it's for the greater good, though. It takes so much to bring him down. 1,000 health and 12 armor. Come on now.
That's true. Skywrath ult. Bat ult. Yeah, okay, they're going for Bone 7.
This is the bigger kill. He's close to his Blake as well. Can Bone 7 get out in time? Lasso caught out by a Gush. The Dazzle ultimate use. Mystic Flare follow-up. They hold the Ravage nicely. And there is still a glyph ready if they want to think about this bottom defense, but it's low, and Cloud9 are in position. Doesn't seem like it. At least use that glyph. They will.
See, that's a worthy death too. They trade Bone 7's life for a T1, although he was, as you said, close to his Blink Dagger. So Illidan, not sure what he's going to go for after the drum. Probably Manta style, I would say. I mean, BKB is pretty nice, but at the same time, he does need damage, and he does need farming capabilities too, so he can catch up.
And he does have a Dazzle, so you should be able to count on the Grave most fights, and then maybe Force Staff him out of the Cloud. If they get that Force Staff on Bat. Although Mag is not that close.
I mean, they should really just rely on Bat and Tidehunter to control the team fights, I feel. And it's really going to be on the Puck, and I'd say nice smoke cloud positioning. Bone 7 isn't really farmed enough to do anything. If he blinks in, he's just going to die, and if his team follows up, they're all going to get ravaged, unless... I mean, I guess they actually have Zeus ult to prevent the Blink Dagger, so maybe that's a way they can get a clean jump.
Do you think Eternal Envy rushes... I'm going to go a little wacky here. An Ethereal Blade this game with all this nuke damage they have?
That would be cool, but I doubt it.
Okay. He's saving a lot of gold, so maybe debating is...
They just need physical damage for later, in case they do get BKBs or... Pipe.
He's sitting on his gold for now. Looks like mid lane we might see a setup here from VPpolar. Eternal Envy still...
He could also go like Scotty Rush too.
Yeah, there's the safe choices of like BKB, Sanjin Yasha, Scotty, maybe Diffusal or Manta mixed in there. I'm just going a little wacky because they have so much nuke damage, but...
Veil.
It's
Veil
a
Rush
stretch.
Riki. Cast it without breaking into this.
Yeah, I'm not expecting that. Force Staff is nearly out. Hey, he could get a perfect Veil placement, right? Because he's invis. Well, too bad they have a gem.
That radius is huge anyways.
The Riki change when that patch came, I was like, huh, it sounds like it could be a big change, but what is Riki actually gonna do at level 1 running around invis? Snipe a courier maybe? And
Scout.
yeah, it doesn't really
I
seem
th-
like
I think their
the
health-
change has done too much.
The health regen is more significant than anything, I'd say. That is really nice.
That's true.
7 HP regen a second is insane. So Cloud9, I don't really think want to take it this slowly, but since VP is grouped up with the gem, they kind of have to. And VP, they're trying to look for ganks too on a unsuspecting EE, but he's smarter than that.
He'll go for the Diffusal Rush here, so you can purge off the Scarlet Mage Silence, I guess that's the main one, and just help control heroes inside of the cloud a bit longer.
It's great for solo picks, but I don't think he's actually going to get solo picks.
VPpolar are playing some 4 Protect 1 here. Illidan tucked away in their jungle. He does go for the Ogre Club. We might see a BKB rush. And at that point,
It's not bad.
Illidan's pretty tough to take down. They've got the Grave to protect him, the Dazzle ult to give him even more armor, and they can't nuke him. They got no pure damage or magic damage of any kind. No Lina Laguna Blades to go through that BKB.
The smoke wrap around. Blink Dagger up on DK Phobos, and he is going for a hood. Good job, DK Phobos.
Game's over, man. Let's
Game's
go to
over.
game 2. VPpolar simply can't lose from here.
Pipe 100% win rate.
It's been built like, what, once in every game that we've cast. And that team won. There you go. Your lasso pulls in, Pylai die. Zeus ult will come to try and counter-initiate, but you just blow that Zeus ult early. It really does nothing. They've got a Dazzle to heal back up. They have an Urn to boot, and they'll keep on pushing in. Illidan suddenly up to 3,000 gold after that kill.
Yeah, they need to use it to stop blinks. They do have the potential to get a really good initiation, though. Like if Legion Commander duels the Terrorblade, Puck blinks in and silences, so no Grave, and then they use Zeus ult, so Ty can't blink in and Ravage. It's not bad. It's much more difficult to get off than a Blink Lasso into Skywrath ult combo or...
Uh-oh. First kill of the game. Mag already used his 4-step. That's the gem down if he can't get out. Oh, big picks from Eternal Envy. Your little Riki Sama doing work.
Well played. 4-step down, yeah. That's the big one. Mag, big misplay there.
Uh-oh.
Well, now I still guess they can probably 5-man, but that's really bad for VPpolar.
In good news, they've had that gem long enough they could buy another, but that's a big expense nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even up yet.
Well,
It's
yeah,
almost
full
up.
40 seconds.
So Cloud9 could probably do Roshan on the back of that gem, though, and VP's going to be pretty scared in terms of moving around.
Or they could rumble. I'm thinking about it. Blink Dagger finally out in your Legion Commander. Not the fastest Bone 7's ever gotten, but it's not about how quickly you get the blink. It's about how well you use it once you do. They're looking bottom. This is an illusion. They should probably figure it out fairly quickly. Oh, they are. They already know. They're not even going on it. At the same time, VPpolar, smoke of their own, perhaps looking to get that gem back. And they're going to get revealed. Zeus ulti scouting them out. They had a sense that Cloud9 might be under the gank gun. And VPpolar continue to move south. Eternal Envy into the tree line, not wanting to TP out just yet. Now he will. Looks like he'll make it out to safety. Good instincts there by AUI.
Yeah, they're missing for a little bit too long. The scouting Zeus ult is a little difficult when they're smoked, but it's still pretty darn useful if you see no one on the map. Run away.
I wonder what they're doing.
So another gem picked up. So I mean, looking at net worth, even if you just disconsider the gems, it's still slightly in favor of C9, even though they're down in towers right now. So they're getting mild economy advantage.
Yeah, can they deal with the Terrorblade right now? They have a duel. They have Riki who does good physical damage
It's
with
gonna be
Bloodlust.
scary without Zeus ult.
But can they actually burst in before the Grave comes out? The Shadow Waves are spammed. Ideally, you'd like to just bypass the Terrorblade, kill off some of these squishier supports, and then go back for him. For now, VPpolar still playing it safe. They've got not only the gem, but also Dust on Lil. So perhaps if they lose this gem, they'll have the team in position to recover it quickly. Your HUD is now complete on Tidehunter. And with Cloud9 not forcing the issue early, it means they really do count on Eternal Envy later on to be the big damage dealer. And their Legion Commander, but it's been a quiet game for Bone 7. 0 duels to the best of my memory, and definitely no duel damage won.
Yeah, I mean, not too many kills on either side. DK Phobos, once he gets maybe a refresher or something, they'll have a really big advantage, but until then it still seems pretty even. Cloud9, BKB getting built on EE. Bone 7 also needs one at some point too, just to deal with the Ravage.
VPpolar maneuvering towards that top rune. Still a slow and steady game for both teams. This time Cloud9 smoke again, but it's from the bottom lane, and it's into Roche. And then they're just eyeing that Roche longingly. They'd love to dance with him, ask him out on a date, take him home. But they don't feel safe about it. They don't know who's waiting in the closet when they get back, so they're not going to go for it. VPpolar are, in fact, the ones pushing in. There's a hood on this Tide, very difficult to burst. And now, that smoke will break, but what does it matter? They bottled a double damage rune on their Terrorblade. This could go really ugly, really quickly for Cloud9. Zeus ult will be popped just to try and prevent the Batrider blink initiation, and Well, I think he got the blink off, but wasn't in range.
Oh, are they gonna go high ground with this?
With the DD rune? This is bold.
That's
Cloud9
real bold.
buyback status check. They'll throw some buybacks at this, even if needed. No buybacks on the Radiant squad. They do have 3 on the Dire, and well, here comes your double damage rune for Illidan. He's pounded into this tower, but he pops the double damage rune before the BKB, so he's got to be careful not to get caught out and forced to dispel it. Cloud9 hold the line. They have good deep push here. The Puck, decent. The Legion, quite good. And VPpolar maybe rethinking their objective of the high ground jump. Fada just toying with the creep wave. Illidan down to about half health. Yeah, they've got that grave, but how quick can FNG be? I think it's too risky.
They need a BKB on Mag. They have 1 Yule's already on the Puck. Zeus is also building one, and if he gets like blink dueled or blink coiled or stunned by Ogre, it's going to be a really difficult fight for them, especially if he's like trying to lasso from high ground to low ground. They should probably go for Roshan at some point. They wanted to make use of the Metamorphosis cooldown, but not really too much to gain there. And EE and Bone 7 are still really weak, and it's a good time for them to fight if they can actually take an opportunity outside of the T3. Like T2 or Roshan would be pretty good.
That may change soon. Bone 7's working on his BKB, Eternal Envy working on his own, and Riki has very good armor. So you're looking at 20 armor right now. Even with the Dazzle ult, it's going to take a while before he's truly vulnerable to physical attacks. Not to mention, of course, your smoke clouds, so a lot of those illusions and heroes that don't have BKBs, which is everyone except for the Terrorblade, won't really be hurting him. So yeah, you're right. They're at a weak point, but it's going to be a strong point soon. And I guess VPpolar will just slow this one down, relax, and farm up their items. Their BKB on the Batrider, their Tidehunter complete his pipe soon. My main worry for VPpolar, Ben, is these supports. Mainly the Dazzle, because he is a very crucial part of their team fight, but he's damn squishy if he's not piped and in the back line safely tucked away.
And it's still really hard to just hide because of Zeus ult, and then EE will just
Can't
go on
run,
you smoke
can't
cloud.
run from heaven, man. That's
Yeah,
what they
the
say.
problem, that's the big problem once they get BKBs. So looks like they're clearing out Roche Wars right now, and well, looks like one of them freshly placed, one of them about halfway expired.
Uh-oh, they might get both. Yeah, they'll drop their own Observer Ward down. King of the Mountain for now, Mag. They'll spot this one out. He really wants to go for it, but the Puck threatens in with an orb, and then with the orb down, he feels there's not enough burst. Mag is going to risk it again. He's got to be careful here, though.
There's a couple heroes farming top. He's all good.
That would just be such a disaster if he somehow lost the second gem
Oh
this
yeah,
game.
that'd be really bad for him.
At that point, you're looking at, what, a 3,600 gold swing?
Yep.
That's painful.
Another Zeus ult used, but it just scouts out Tidehunter doing Ancients. Nothing big there. I guess 90 seconds is not that big of a cooldown to use
Yeah.
Zeus ult for.
They rush reasonably quickly, but they don't have a medallion. I feel like if VPpolar had a medallion, they could just take down Roche during that Zeus ult cooldown, but
Yeah.
without it, I'm not sure.
I still feel like they can take a fight there as long as C9 isn't privy to it in like 20 seconds or so.
They got the pipe. Of course they can take a fight.
Easy pipe.
Can't lose this fight.
Easy win.
Let's see. VPpolar tangoing around in the river. Sentry Ward got plopped down by your Ogre, but it's not even risk inching forward to actually go for any sort of D-Ward play from his comrades. And
Tidehunter's not there though. They gotta be a little bit careful. Illidan already popped his Metamorphosis, so.
he's got pipe. Do Cloud9 want to take a fight here, though? They don't know the Tide's not here. They only dropped the Sentry. Would be a very risky play just to assume there's no Tidehunter in the neighborhood. No Zeus ult to give them vision. They're going to jump in on Bone 7. That means no Lasso Purge out, but he gets pulled out of the Mystic Flare. Not ideal. Doesn't matter. Illidan will BKB and take this, but with the BKB wearing off, he's got to be very careful. Don't want to overextend. Buyback is available on your Legion Commander if he wants to rejoin the fight, but I think they'll wait either for a Roche attempt or a high ground push to blow that. Do VPpolar want to go Roche? Metamorphosis will be down. BKB on your Terrorblade will be down. Seems a very risky time to try for it.
Yeah, pipe and ravage, dude. That's it.
It's like those little red GG buttons, you know? Like the Office Depot style ones.
DK Phobos, what a player.
Was it Office Max? Whatever. Well, Illidan's getting big in the meantime. Eagle Sawn out, Butterfly inbound, no MKB remotely in sight for Eternal Envy.
Wow, no
Or your
stats for
Legion.
him. That's interesting. You'll usually see Manta or Scotty, I'd say at this point.
Could be a
Usually
good Manta
Manta,
game. You're up
usually
against
both.
the puck.
Yeah, I would say Manta into Scotty. I mean, he's just really safe build. Tons of HP. He has BKB, so static field.
It's also really nice against like single
they're
target
smoking.
initiators.
Are they gonna do Roche? Are they gonna take Terrorblade's illusion out? Nope, it's a Roche.
Run illusion. They have Riki, so this will actually go pretty quickly if he's getting the backstab. Bone 7 will draw aggro. Eternal Envy will work away on that Roshan. Hitting pretty hard with the Bloodlust, and Bone 7 will tank. They might need to rotate Pylai Die in here to soak up a bit of damage. They'll continue to throw Bloodlust. Bone 7 not going to tank this for ages, though. And in fact, he's got to be careful now about the slam. Oh, Bone 7. Really cutting it close. Now they're going to Zeus ult. But already VPpolar on the smoke, and this could end very poorly for your Cloud9 boys. They got to back the hell out. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Fada's been scouted out. There's an Invis rune on Mag. He's going to look for the leap in. Fada not quick enough on the reactions. Pulled back in directly onto Illidan. Where's that silence, though? Lil didn't manage to get it off, but now the blink out can be attempted. It'll orb to freedom as well. Fada barely surviving, and they're actually walking back into the Roche pit. They're going to try to go for this, it looks like. Mag, fire flying. Are they really thinking about sneaking the Roche? No. That's not going to happen.
That'd be so
Even
bold.
for Cloud9, that's really pushing it. And so now Terrorblade wants it. Illidan's into the pit. Bone 7 in position. Here comes your Tango. Insta-burst. No chance for the Dazzle to do a thing. Lil might drop as well. 2 quick takedowns to start this fight. Already the support's out of the picture. Illidan's BKB blown. He's gotten nothing done during this time. Now he's coiled. He's silenced. There's no grave to protect him. Cloud9 with the absolute outplay at the Roche pit. Now DK Phobos on the TP out, barely surviving as he will retreat to freedom. 3 dead, Ravage blown, 10-second or a 9-second BKB on your Terrorblade down, and they're gonna forfeit the Roshan. Train wreck, absolute train wreck. For
Yeah,
VP
the
Polar.
Tidehunter wasn't in a very good spot to get a Ravage. Cloud9 was very good about spreading out the fight. Bone 7 blinked into the Roche pit, and he attacked from the back lines. So yeah, now BKB up on Riki, he is extremely difficult to deal with, and these underfarm supports are gonna pay with their lives.
And the thing with Riki is you can't just go for a Ghost Scepter because he's already got that Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, they need 4 stabs.
Yeah, 4 staff for maybe Yules, but that's more difficult to
Or
farm.
scythes, so they can just burst them.
Later on, maybe. Dazzle's probably not farming one for now.
Well, I mean, Bat Rider
Oh, yeah.
can get one. They also, like, even if they got the kill on Puck, he could have just bought back and TP'd in. So I don't even think the botched Puck kill was that big of a deal, that fight.
It did like Cloud9 get into position, though. A little bit. They were like able to finagle
Yeah,
around
that's
from
true.
the south.
They really need that Ancient Seal onto him. Actually, he had Yules.
He had a Yules, yeah. So
Still, I think with the Ancient Seal burst, they still could have killed him.
I mean, he took like 90% of his health without the Ancient Seal, as the Radiant will glyph while denying their tower. Yeah, it's refreshed, so I guess, but kind of cloudy.
Not efficient.
It's just so ingrained in their heads, you know? You gotta use that glyph before the tier 1 goes down, no matter what. So, VPpolar lose a pretty bad team fight. And good news, they have Terrorblade, they have Tidehunter. They have a good supporting cast for this Terrorblade. In theory, their late game is still very strong, but where you worry is that Illidan's BKBs have just not been used to much effect. Like, he BKBs, then he just gets kited or ignored. They go and kill the Dazzle, and then the BKB ends and he just dies, so...
Yeah, I think
How do they fix that formula?
He needs to use it when Puck or Riki goes on him, not when like a Ogre or LC, because LC's just there to bait out the cooldowns. He doesn't actually do anything. He hasn't even dueled anyone, I don't think, this entire game.
He still hasn't used duel. Maybe he did in that fight and I missed it, but he still hasn't won one for
he
sure.
didn't use it.
Yeah.
They pretty much trade his life for BKB, which at this point, unfortunately, is worth it for Bone 7.
Mag does have his gem, though, and he might find Eternal Envy with the Aegis. They can kill him twice. They're so damn close. And Eternal Envy hits this creep wave. Oh, they use the Zeus ult. And now he's going to skate away. Man. I think Eternal Envy's like, can you ult so I can see if I can farm this wave? Now he's like, okay. Good decision.
That was close. Man.
Calculated.
If Mag had went up there, my goodness.
Yeah, even if he ulted, if Mag had just gotten eyes on him, he would have been dead anyway, regardless of whether Zeus ults or not.
Yeah.
Could still force staff after him and flame break if he tries to TP out. I guess he
He
could
might not
BKB.
die twice, though. With second life, he can BKB TP, but I don't
That's
know if he's tanky enough for that.
Yeah, there's no more Terrorblade Sunder to interrupt those TPs. So they really only have the lasso. But doesn't really matter. It's Cloud9. are still playing fairly passively here. Tucked away in their base, they continue to farm, and overall, Ben, it's still an even game. Net worth near the middle. Experience slightly Cloud9's way, but 6,000 experience at 33 minutes, hardly overwhelming. It's mainly just about keeping these supports alive in the next fight, which is where you'd like to see your force devs. FNG working towards his. He's pretty close. Lil also working towards his, also pretty close. So they'll probably have triple force for the next fight, which against a Riki can be a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like if Illidan just went Manta, he'd be able to just like Manta the like when Legion Commander comes in with a duel.
And then you don't know who to duel, and then you just kill him.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot better for him. Not really sure why he opted for Butterfly so early. It doesn't really increase your effective HP by that much because he doesn't have that much HP, and he is just generally dies to magic damage.
He can flutter away.
Oh yeah,
The power of Butterfly.
go flutter,
Fly,
buddy.
Illidan, fly!
Oh, there's your Ogre Scepter. That's bad news.
That's a level 2 ultimate as well. This is really, especially with the BKB charges not being used very effectively. This Ogre can one-shot the Dazzle for sure. Can almost kill the Batrider solo if he gets lucky, but Batrider will probably be able to BKB. And your Skywrath Mage is an easy solo kill. And any of the heroes outside of the Tide with a +1 can be dealt with, so.
Yeah, they can easily kill EE though. Once if he doesn't have Aegis, just like BKB Lasso and BKB Metamorphosis and just focus him down, and he can't really do anything unless Bone 7 saves him with a pressy attack. But VPpolar, yeah, they might not have like the best items, and they've had a couple fights go poorly for them. They still have a lot of room for error with lineup that they've drafted.
And they still have a lot of room for late game as well. Tidehunter completing Shiva soon.
Why without Manta? Ugh. Yuck.
Why would you ask him why?
Well, I mean, Manta, you might think is not that useful against overwhelming odds, but as we've seen, Bone 7 just isn't really able to stay alive in team fights at all. SNY is nice for farm speed, I suppose, but I mean, Manta's really nice for split pushing. It's really nice to save your BKB cooldown.
Yeah, remove the puck silence. It's good when the Legion tries to jump in. You just matter instantly.
I mean, it's
and he
even not
doesn't
bad
know who to duel.
versus Smoke Cloud too. He still has to take a couple of seconds to find you after the.
Yeah, if you get lucky,
Cloud.
maybe you get closer to the boundary of it right away when you get popped out. And it's, I mean, what's he going to build from this? Like, it's just kind of a casual Sanjin Yasha. Halberd, not very good when Riki's got a BKB, Legion's got a BKB. He's already got evasion from Butterfly. At some point, maybe Riki or Legion will build MKB, so feels like a pretty useless Halberd game. I guess he could just sit on a Sanj and a Manta, but
Yeah, he's not going to get Mantas this game.
I guess he's just going to go like straight Scotty after this.
Now Fada has a Lincoln Sphere, so he's actually extremely difficult to kill.
That's a bit of a concern. The fights that VPpolar have won have largely been when they get that lasso jump on the puck.
Well, they can
The fight
even
top in particular.
just put it on Riki too and have him Lincolns and BKB'd. Oh, they might find EE. That's so close.
He's
Yet so far.
He's been living life on the edge here. They did not actually spot out the smoke, and as a result, Pylai Die probably going to be punished here. Silenced Ogre. He's beefy, but not that beefy. At the same time, Illidan, he's going to, I mean, I guess get caught out mid lane. Eternal Envy does have his MKB. He could probably solo Illidan with this.
He can BKB and run. Or BKB Sunder.
Yeah, he might need that basher. Then he could solo him.
Get that Abyssal, man. Yeah, Riki's still fairly squishy at this point, though. 1500 HP. No evasion. Terrorblade, 250 more HP with evasion.
Have you ever seen a Legion commander not win a single duel at 37 minutes?
I forgot what.
Not even use a duel?
I think I saw it actually, like a couple days ago, but it is very rare.
He still hasn't used one, right?
I don't think
Nobody
so.
has duel damage.
I have not seen
37
him use
minutes, no duels unless we're just drunk. Welp. You don't see that every day.
duel. Still, Riki can still carry this.
Yeah, and it's still it's like a kind of a poor man's Abaddon, I guess, having that shield. The purge is pretty nice.
Wow.
Not useless.
So Cloud9 using Zeus not as a killer, but as a pure scouter. Wow, look at him flutter.
That flutter move speed is legit. He's gonna break the Lincoln Sphere and then what?
Maim him.
Get
Maim
that maim
him.
off. No, there's your Yules. At the same time, your Batrider leaps in. Fada gonna blink away. Blink Dagger coin down in 3 seconds, but it's too late.
Wow.
BKB charge used up. That's your
Jeez.
10-second BKB. All that commitment for Fada.
What's up with VP just blowing the BKBs willy-nilly? It's not like they have a blink ravage that you just absolutely can't get hit by.
Well, they're also the ones doing the chasing, so they know. If they thought Cloud9 were waiting, they wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Still, LC finally BKB.
They're going to deny their top tier 2. But map control still seems like it's mostly in the favor. And they're finally going to have our first duel of the game. There's your jump in from Bone 7. Quick winner. And now a retreat out attempted. Illidan on the hunt, though. That flutter move speed so legit. They're going to cloud Eternal Envy. Or sorry, Eternal Envy's going to cloud himself and try to defend. At the same time, Bone 7 was caught, but they can't burst him down that quickly. Lasso already used Eternal Envy to TP out. The double BKBs get them out to freedom. As the Lasso was blown early.
Wow, they focused on the wrong target. If they had all focused on Riki or all focused on Legion Commander, they would have gotten an easy kill. Generally, you want to all focus on the Riki in that situation. But Batrider kind of screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, he just used the Lasso very early as well. And as a result, there was just nothing to cancel TPs after that.
Yeah, I can understand that he wanted to stop the blink, but they were already right on top of him. That's, I say, 2 big misplays from him. One on that, and one losing the gem too, and not being super careful with it.
Illidan gonna go for that solo kill mid with the maim. I don't think Bone 7 has a chance here.
That's why you get S and Y.
Get that flutter move speed, get that Sanj and Yasha. It's your race car Terrorblade. Illidan with his unconventional item selections. Proving us wrong a bit here.
The Sange machine.
Maybe this was the plan all along. He's gonna show Riki how you really assassinate. So far, I mean, the flutter's been surprisingly useful for Illidan.
I don't think the butterfly's that bad.
Yeah.
I don't like the Sange and Yasha.
To be honest, I haven't seen that many games where Flutter's actually made a big impact. But
You can get Scotty and just don't even need to worry about maim.
yeah, there you go. Super slow.
Yeah. And it goes...
They're going to jump on him here, though. He's going to BKB quickly. Now he'll slow down. Pylai Die needs to get the hell out, and he will. But Illidan's BKB charge is quickly becoming a thing of the past in terms of duration, down to 6 seconds now. Good reactions there.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud9 are just doing a good job of picking these really small engagements and forcing VP to use more cooldowns than they'd like to. Lasso for the bottom kill, BKB for 2 top small skirmishes that didn't really amount to anything for them. And Roshan will be up in just about 15 seconds. Aoi trying to clear out the Roshan pit with scouting bolts. He should get this one on the high ground.
Eternal Envy jumping in, but Mag's waiting there with the lasso. They blow him up mid lane. He didn't even BKB. I think they might have been smoked for that. I didn't actually see if they popped one. But Eternal Envy buyback status does have it. Will need to use it. Because everybody from VPpolar are going for an objective here. Either Roche or mid. They leave one mid. Now they're all going to rotate. Yeah, he blinked onto the creep wave. I think they were smoked.
So they're gonna take some damage on their T3 though, which is pretty unfortunate for them. Fada's already at their base, so unfortunately they can't translate this into a T3 push just yet, but maybe soon. Oh, Lil is TPing out. Pipe used, and no one will be there to defend.
Oh, Puck's gonna stick around. He sees no backup for Lil. He says, "Thanks for the solo kill, friend." He'll get that one. Your Aegis still going the Terrorblade. Acceptable casualties for the Aegis. Pick up and. Now the chase is on the other direction, but Mag gonna have a very tough time bringing out Fada. Even the Flame Break will be dodged. Now Yules will TP out. Lasso still not ready. 1 second to go. So he'll make his way out. Still overall worth it. They get the Riki kill, they get the Aegis, but just a nice little play there. Once again by your Puck in Fada's hands.
I'm surprised they didn't contest that.
They did a
I guess
buyback on Eternal Envy.
I guess it's too risky. If they lose the fight, they lose the game. So
Yeah, because then that's probably a dieback from him. They just walk down mid and take 2 lanes of rack.
yeah, I still think they can take the fight though, with like overwhelming odds, spam, and Puck orb into the pit. They have a lot of ways to just kind of pick at them until they're forced to leave the pit, and like the threat of multicast into a fight engaging.
It seems Illidan's entire build is just all about making one super Terrorblade. Like, against overwhelming odds and decent Puck AoE, he's just decided, you know what? Illusions aren't useful, so let me just go for more right-click potential here. Demon Edge picked up, probably MKB on the way, there you go.
He's building it like a Riki.
He really is. He's running around, butterfly move speed, maiming people, solo assassinating them, more single target bursts coming out now. And they'll look for a pickoff here on Pylai Die. He'll get caught out mid as your Ogre, but a great blink turnaround by Bone7. Removes that lasso. Still they gush. They charge in, even through the double nukes from the Pylai Die Ogre. It probably doesn't matter here. The Dazzle barely clipping him. Another leap forward, and now looking for a duel as Bone7. He can't get in range for it. Eternal Envy pursuing out Mag, who already used his lasso anyway, but it is a chaotic fight, and that seems to be where they shine. Bone7 getting blown up by Illidan, still has his ultimate ready to go, still has his Aegis if he needs it, but he gets hexed. He gets killed off once. 4 heroes dead. Your Dazzle killed off before he can pop a grave, and now Illidan, with no BKB, has no chance in hell. Back to the grave will go. Down he'll go. Team wipe. Aegis down. Cloud9 again. Just outplaying VPpolar in these fights. Did not see a single Ravage that time.
Yeah, he got duel. I mean, Bone7's dying a lot, sure, and he's not getting that many duel victories, but he's still doing his job. He's baiting out cooldowns. He's getting vision for his team. He's preventing big ultimates from getting off during the fight. And yeah, I mean, Cloud9, very sound game plan.
And just a very, the great purge there on the lasso really set Cloud9 up for that fight. That was the key thing, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, that too. And just lured him into a very terrible position.
VPpolar just keep on getting caught out, and it's the power of the Riki Cloud. He drops that Cloud in the middle of the fight. Some heroes run to the left, some go to the right. Nobody wants to stand in it. And once again, Illidan's BKB, it's used early, and he's got nothing for round 2. Now Cloud9 look at their first lane of Rax here. Lasso, tempted to be not used, or actually no, he did use it on the Liquid Sphere, so that's not going to accomplish too much. Eternal Envy now will leap the safety. They got the first lane of Rax. They look for more. DK Phobos has a Ravage. He's not using it yet. Nuked once. Do they want to engage? He is pretty tanky. No need. Still, all momentum now gone for VPpolar. I think they lose another gem.
Yeah, they did. Bat died.
Yeah, Dazzle bought his... That's the 3rd gem of the game, I want to say.
Yeah, his 3rd gem coming out from them. I don't know if Cloud9 purchased one, but probably not. They don't need to since...
Not sure where that other... Did that other one get dropped in the trees? Maybe? Not sure. Either way, I don't see it for Cloud9, but... They've got the gem. The 1 gem's all they need, and... Well, your Terrorblade just... feels pretty ineffective for the amount of farm he's got.
Well, just everyone else is dying.
Yeah.
Like, Bat and Dazzle die really quickly in the fights. Skywrath is just absolute food, too, during BKBs. And then Tidehunter's also useless versus BKBs. So
what do you do here for VPpolar? Just get your, like, refresher on the Tidehunter as they stick flare nothing. Go for, like, ultra late game?
I think you need BKBs on... I don't even know. You get refresher on Tidehunter. That's a no-brainer.
But what beyond that? Because it seems like DK Phobos is just never finding 5 heroes grouped up, you know?
Bat Rider needs more farm, actually. He needs like to rival Puck's farm. Puck's 7,000 gold away from ahead of him, and he needs to have like a scythe and a
maybe a refresher or
scythe
something.
refresher, I think, at this point. And like Lincoln's is not going to stand up to like double lasso and double scythe. Neither will BKBs. Maybe even Ghost Scepter. I guess it's not really that effective since Riki does have his diffusal blade. Aside from that, I mean, we talked about Illidan's build a lot. It's great for single target, but it's not. That's not really terribly strength. It's pushing down towers and having really beefy illusions. MKB doesn't work on illusions. His BKB doesn't work on illusions either. So he's really missing 2 items out of his 4 on illusions.
Yeah, this is a pure combat build. You have the MKB so that the Riki and the BKB so that you don't have to worry about that Riki cloud, but at the same time, what does it matter? You just get nuked down.
That's why Terrorblade is such a strong hero. Like, if you don't deal with his illusions kill you. And if you kill those illusions, the main hero will just be able to sunder and just spawn more illusions and kill you too. So you're supposed to be caught in a terrible dilemma when trying to deal with the Terrorblade, but they have a lot of AoE to deal with the illusions, and then they have like Hex and Coil and Duel and just a Riki with Basher to deal with the single target Terrorblade, so he's not as big of a threat as he should be.
About to be an Abyssal Blade for Eternal Envy if he wants it. Probably going to save for buyback first, but VPpolar. Once more, that move towards the mid lane they make.
Only a big Ravage will turn this game around, I'd say, or like just sick coordination on killing a Riki, but even then he has buyback, so Cloud9, pretty nice control of the game, and VP, I mean, there's only 1 slot left on Terrorblade too. Zeus also has not died yet this entire game. Neither has Fada. That's pretty impressive in a 47-minute game.
I mean, honestly, how much value is a 5-second BKB at this stage of the game? Maybe you just drop that and get another stats item. Yeah, they've got a lot of nukes, but
Yeah, but by that time, Riki and Bone 7 will like be close to 6 slotted too.
yeah, and they're gonna have the Abyssal Blade on the Riki.
Well,
soon
he also can't get multicast.
That's true.
Like a double multicast, like even just 2x on both will be enough to kill him easily.
Yeah, for Illidan, it just feels like no matter what he gets, it won't matter. Like if his team doesn't hit a really good double Ravage, they're just gonna lose the fight. If he doesn't get Grave, they're gonna lose the fight. They'll try though. They'll look here for AOI 2000 and immediately will self-Yules. Now the multicast comes through. That's a 2 times. Not enough to get the kill. They do stun and control him though. Can he get off this Sunder in time to save anyone? He will onto Bone 7. Illidan, then the Grave onto Mag. Nice plays here for VPpolar still. The trap is being sprung. Illidan having already used that BKB has little left in the tank as a Turtle Envy goes to work, gets the bash, gets the kill, looks for more. Gem hits the deck, the 3rd gem of the game. 3 heroes dead. Time to push on through that top lane. Buyback status. They have it on all 3, but what does it matter?
Pretty much game over. At this point, it doesn't matter if Terrorblade buys back. They always use a Dazzle too, so he can't ever get his Grave off.
He even got it off that fight. Got off on the Bat Rider when he's about to die. Just didn't matter.
Yeah, they can't save Terrorblade. This bill has
There's no saving Illidan.
been punished. No. And it is Illidan's model in Dota 1 too.
That's true. How appropriate.
You think you know how to play the hero.
It's in the name, dude. Come on now. Then
I
again,
mean, a lot of things went wrong for them. Losing the gem just cost them a lot of momentum early. Not securing Roshan. I think that first Roshan fight was actually a really big deal. Generally, you want to push out or at least like force some cooldowns on high ground with that, but they weren't able to get any good trades out of it. Also, they waited too long. Tidehunter, his usefulness was very limited post BKB.
just great play from Fada as well. Pretty much beast mode on his puck this entire game. Wasted a lot of their time. He's 6-0 on 7, never died, farmed better than anyone except for the Terror Blade. He outfarmed his own Riki by 100 CS, and he's used that farm to great effect. Well, Shiva's here as DK Phobos blinks in, but now 2 full lanes of Rax caved in by Cloud9. It's only game 1 of this best of 3, but Cloud9 just looks solid. They went for an unusual draft. The early game execution wasn't the crispest, but ever since then, it's just been all Cloud9 all the way. So
yeah, it's more of a Cloud9 sort of thing too. Bone 7 and Pylite just dying all the time, and getting information in the process. So in between Bone 7 dying, Pylite dying, and Zeus casting his ultimates, they have a very good sense of where VP is at all times, and then they can, if they only see 3 like they did in the top fight, then they go for an easy 5-on-3 engage where they'll wipe them, or they can just back off and farm another day and get EE really farmed and get Legion Commander back into the game.
So Pylite just killed the Radiant Courier, which had an ultimate orb on it. Illidan was trying to buy his Scotty, it looks like. As though things couldn't get worse for VPpolar. Tough times. Yeah, this chance of comeback seems really slim now. Buyback status for your
slim.
Dire squad. 4 buybacks with Aegis, with Cheese, with 2 lanes of Rax advantage, and they have Glyph, and all their tier 3s.
I mean, that fight was with the Thunder too.
Yeah. They were out. They were kind of out, though. They had 3 heroes here. They didn't have the Tidehunter for the fight. It wasn't like the ideal fight.
Even with Ravage, they still would have lost the fight. Like if you Ravage during the Snow Cloud while they were all focusing him while he was Hex, it still wouldn't matter. They have way too much damage at this point, and Puck is also unkillable. He has Refresher too, so double Scythe.
Yeah, Refresher Scythe.
Good luck.
Double Lincolns, double Yules, double Coil. Double the pain for VPpolar.
Yeah. Don't forget about that 10% attack speed.
So I'm just curious how VPpolar evaluate this game. Do they say, like, we just screwed up, we could have
Well-
won with this draft? Do they say we're not good at executing this type of draft?
It was a targeted draft against Cloud9, picking up the Terrorblade in the second phase.
So, yeah, that's the question. Is like,
I
are
think
they
that-
going to just ban it next time? And
Well,
I
it's
don't
just-
think they want to give it away.
It's not to their strength. I think they just ban it next time, and they were trying something different, and it just didn't work out. The reason why Cloud9 is so good with the hero, and the reason why you ban it, is because they don't play the 4 Protect 1. VP
They're
doesn't
going
play
top
the 4
now.
Protect 1 so
Duel
much.
comes through on the Tidehunter. BKB out on Bone 7, trying to focus DK Phobos down. And focus him down, they will. He ends up falling 3 dead. Illidan caught out, bashed up, finished. That's 5 dead as they wipe him. And Fada will immediately rearm, bringing in the heavy weaponry to the Radiant Fountain, but it's too late. for VPpolar. They'll tap out. We go to this game, too, with Cloud9 one win away from a grand finals date with Secret. Winner of that best of 5 comes here to the Summit Land Finals in Los Angeles. Fights for $282,000 and rising. Looks like we might break 300K at this rate. So, well, Cloud9 can't get ahead of themselves, but they do look good here in game number 1.
VP, ban out Terrorblade, don't do 4 protect 1, fight and try and win early. I think that's what their strength is. That's how they got this far to begin with. Actually, sometimes they get Razor and kind of take it late, but I think they're a much better early fighting team than late gamer.
Otherwise, this happens. Painful. Well, guys, thank you for watching. That's game 1 of this best of 3. You're watching the Summit 2 Europe by gtoy.com. We'll take a quick break. I'm LD. He's Merlini. We'll be right back.
Well, guess I will take my 4s.